spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a home. A $300 home inspection is like a quarter of the percentage for the price of the home,
Yeah.
and we could literally save you thousands.
Hey folks, welcome back. My name's Cameron Stewart, eXp Realty here in Rome, New York, serving you right here in the Mohawk Valley. I'm here again with Nathan Durant of Durant Home Inspections. What's going on, Nathan?
Not too much. How are you today, Cameron?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Folks, the goal of this series is to educate as many people we can about the home buying process, all of the ins and outs of it. There's a lot of them. We're going to try and cover as much as we can. Obviously, Nathan Durant today is sitting down with us to talk more about the inspection aspect of things, but we are sitting down with lawyers, we're sitting down with lenders, we're sitting down with insurance agents, and we want to answer questions that you guys might have when buying or selling a house. So without further ado, once again, we're here with Nathan Durant, Durant Home Inspections. I'm going to open this right up to you, Nathan. Why is an inspection so important?
A home inspection is important, I think, because when a client comes to look at a house, they're not thinking about the roof. They're not getting on the roof. They're not thinking about the age of their furnace. They're not thinking about their foundation. They're thinking more on the side of, I'm going to raise my family here. They're thinking how beautiful the kitchen is, how big the house is, they're not going to crawl down in the crawl space. I mean, we go over everything in the house and we don't want to live there. So we have no emotional attachment. A client has an emotional attachment when they find the perfect house. So they can be blinded by the light, so to say. I did it 2 years ago. I did it when we found our house. Again, I wasn't trained, obviously, then. I had a construction background, but again, I was thinking of raising the family here, moving in, thinking about the price, so I wasn't crawling on a roof, and I don't think you can crawl on the roof during a real estate showing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's an insurance. Insurance doesn't let you do that. So
that's a good point. So correct me if I'm wrong. You were not an inspector at the time. You bought a house. You were there during the inspection, and that's what kind of promoted you to go into this field. Is that correct?
Right. That's right. As I said, I had a construction background, but I still wanted a home inspection because I did more of roofing, framing. We built decks, additions. I wasn't a professional when it came to HVAC, electricity, plumbing, all that.
Not yet, at least.
Right. A home inspector knows a little bit about everything. So that's why I wanted to get a home inspection. And I watched how he went through the house, and I kind of liked the process, how he did it, and was interested in it, and got looking into the school and ended up signing up for the school. Like I said, it was a 4-month school, 140 hours. And the more I sat through the school, the more I liked it, and said, I'll give it a shot. So I started the business.
Yeah. And you've got a pretty important job. I mean, if I had to, correct me if I'm wrong, if I had to kind of define it in one sentence, it's to best protect your client or the person buying the house, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're buying hundreds of thousands of dollars, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a home, a $300 home inspection is like a quarter of the percentage for the price of the home.
Yeah.
And we could literally save you thousands.
Yeah, that's super, super important and a good way to put it for sure. Now, why Durant Home Inspections? Well, is there anything that you do differently at Durant Home Inspections or do you have a special sauce or anything like that?
Sure. Durant Home Inspections, we, some of the things we do, we use drone technology. Where if we can't get on a roof, say it's too steep or it's a steel roof, you can't walk on steel roofs, or a slate roof, you can't walk on a slate roof. We send up the drone and we can get almost a better view of the roof, really. I mean, the only thing you're not doing is walking on it, feeling for soft spots, but you're going to see that in the attic. And I can pull up the drone pretty close. I can see all the flashings around the chimneys, the vent pipes. I can see how all the shingles are, or steel is, if there's any rust spots in the steel or any lifted shingles or missing slate tiles. And so that's one thing we do differently that a lot of home inspectors don't. And then also with our reports, I do them right on my phone during the inspection. They're pretty much done on site. I do take about an hour or two to edit them when I get home, make sure everything's spelled correctly and written out how I like it. So you get the report within a couple hours of the home inspection. Some other companies, it could be 2 or 3 days before you get the report. And real estate is a fast moving business. So we like to get your report back as quickly as possible.
Especially in the last year, the real estate market is extremely fast moving. There's not a lot of time. Okay. I mean, sometimes clients lose out because they're waiting on a return call, right? Whether it's an inspector or the appraiser or someone, right? It's tough sometimes. So Nathan, let's say someone needs an inspection tomorrow. How do they get a hold of you?
Sure. They can call or text me at 315-263-3693. You can email me at nathan@duranthomeinspections.com. And you can also reach us through our website, duranthomeinspections.com.
Awesome. All things inspection related, please contact Nathan. If you're interested in looking at some houses here in the Mohawk Valley to buy, or if you're interested in listing your home and you need some more information, you can reach out to me directly. Once again, my name is Cameron Stewart, eXp Realty right here in Rome, New York. My cell phone is 315-351-2765. You can also log on to www.homesbycameron.com. Nathan, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Cameron.
My pleasure. And folks, please stay tuned for upcoming videos. We're going to be going more in depth with Nathan Durant from Durant Home Inspections out of Verona, New York, about inspections, everything real estate related inspections, what you guys need to know. So stay tuned, folks, and we look forward to speaking with you guys soon.